What's up? It's Richard Haley, the founder and CEO of the Afro-Galactic Inc. Foundation. Welcome back. Second day. Today is Bible study, Sunday, September 20th of 2020. Um, for this live stream, we says going to study the Word and the Afro-Galactic Inc. will be also a place where you can get that spiritual connection with God. Um, at least twice a month or every Sunday, I will try to go to the Word to help people who want to be spiritually connected with God. Um, I know life is hard right now for many people throughout our nation and the world because of the COVID-19 and other current events that been around for forever. So I pray for every family that has been hit by the COVID-19 and praying that everything can get back to normal or get better throughout the world and we can come together as a people. No matter what's going on in our everyday life, God is there for us. No matter if you're a Christian, Muslim, or whatever your religion faith is, we can still come together as a people, as human beings. We can talk out our problems, our conflicts, and come up with a solution. The Afro-Galactic Inc. is a place where we can do that. We can come together as a community, as a people to save a better tomorrow for our youth, our kids. Um, it's where we can do that. We can come together as a community, as if you want that being the unity, you can sit down and talk with your fellow neighbors, fellow Christians and Muslims. So let's get started with our studies in the Old Testament. And the first book we're gonna hit is Genesis. It's the first book in the Old Testament, and it's also the first five books in the Testament is the origin of beginning of the holy book, holy word. The first five books is called Law Books, the Book of Moses. Um, It's the foundation in which we all stand on, no matter if you're a Christian or a Muslim. We can all come back to the first five books and reminisce about what we supposed to be doing in the world. Um, So, in the beginning, Genesis chapter 1, verse 1, and reads, in the beginning, God created the heaven and the earth, and the earth was without form and void, and darkness was upon the face of the deep, and the Spirit of God moved on the face of the waters. And God said, let there be light, and there was light. And God said, saw the light, that it was good. And God divided the light from the dark. And God called the light day, and the darkness he called night. Evening and the morning was the first day. And God said, let there be famine in the midst of the waters, and let it divide the waters from the waters. And God made the famine, and divided the waters which were under the famine from the waters which were upon the famine. And it was so. And God called the famine heaven. And the evening and the morning was the second day. And God said, let the waters under the heaven be gathered together unto one place, and let the dry land appear. And it was so. And God called the dry land earth, and the gathered together of the waters were waters called the sea. And God saw that it was good. And God said, let the earth bring forth grass, the herb yielding seed, and the fruit tree yield fruit after his kind, whose seed is in itself upon the earth. And it was so. And the earth brought forth grass and herb, yielded seed after his kind, and the tree yielded fruit, whose seed was in itself and his kind. And God saw it was good. And the evening and the morning were the third day. And God said, let there be light in the firmament of the heaven to divide the day from the night, and let them be for the signs, and for seasons, and for days and years, and let them be the light and the firmament of the heaven be given light upon the earth. And it was so. And God made two great lights, and greater light toward the day, and the lesser light toward the night. He made the stars also, and God set them in the firmament of the heaven to give light upon the earth, and to rule over the day and over the night, to divide the light from the darkness. And God saw that it was good. And the evening and the morning were the fourth day. And God said, let the waters bring forth rampant the moving creature that headed life, and fowl that may fly upon the earth in the open firmament of heaven. And God created great whales and every living creature that moved, which the waters brought forth accordingly after their kind, and every winged bird after his kind. And God saw that it was good. And God blessed them, saying, be fruitful and multiply, and fill the waters and the seas, and let further multiply in the earth. And the evening and the morning were the fifth day. And God said, let the earth bring forth living creature after his kind, cattle and creeping things, and beasts of the earth after his kind. Even and it was so. And God made the beasts of the earth after his kind, and the cattle after their kind, and everything that creeped upon the earth after his kind. And God saw that it was good. And God said, let us make man in our image, after our likeness, and like them have dominion over the fish of the sea, and over the fur of the earth, and over the cattle, and over all the earth, and over every creeping thing that creeped upon the earth. So God created man in his own image, and the image of God created he him, male and female created he them. And God blessed them, and God said unto them, be fruitful and multiply and replenish the earth, and subdue it, and have dominion over the fish of the sea, and over the of the earth, and over every living thing that moves upon the earth. And God said, behold, I have given you every herb bearing seed which is upon the face of all the earth, and every tree and the which is the fruit of a tree yielding seed. If you it shall be for meat, and to every beast of the earth, and to every of the earth, and to everything that creepeth upon the earth, wherein there is life. I I have given every green herb for meat, and it was so. And God saw everything that he had made, and behold, it was very good. And the evening and morning were the sixth day. So Genesis chapter 1, verses 1 through 31. it's the beginning of something. It's the beginning of life, of all things that we know. Beginning of all the fish, beasts of the sea, the beginning of every bird of the air, of every insect, every beast of the earth, and also the beginning of man and woman. What I learned from this chapter here, from chapter 1 of Genesis, and ever since I've been in church, is that life is something special. Um, you was born into this world with an opportunity to worship God and give Him the thanks and to have dominion over this world, but you have to learn how to conquer it over the years of your life. Um, and how to take care of it, how to take care of this world, not to harm it, but to live off of it. And over the centuries and generations, man had took advantage of it, um, and I would teach that on the historical point of view, how man conquered the world, conquered different territories of the world, and how we came to be, how we came to be over the centuries before in the BCL and the ADL. Um, so we had to give thanks unto God for what He had given unto us: the water, the meat, um, resources that we have to live off of. Because if we don't give Him thanks of what we have, then what's the purpose of us being here? If not, if not because of Him, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Um, I know this is my second live stream here on YouTube, but it won't be my last. So I will be doing live streaming every Sunday, around about this time, around about 10 o'clock. I started 8, almost 20 minutes early. I probably started around about 10 o'clock, but I want to get a head start on it, because I'm still getting used to it, um, used to live streaming videos on YouTube, for the past 4 to 6 years. Um, Never posted anything. The only thing I really posted was a video. When I created a video when I was in school, in high school. I posted on here. It was a class project. Um, but now I'm going to create videos myself and videos about historical events and current events that's going on throughout the world, in my city. Like this Bible study is one study that I did on my own, and hopefully I can get uh, support from others. And I'm about to introduce who spiritual family members, whoever want to come on live stream with me to do Bible study and other live feeds here on YouTube Sunday. And one by this time doing this COVID-19. I know most churches haven't reopened yet. Um, my pastor haven't given the okay to come back to church yet, but hopefully, um, um, the countries, major countries, can come up with a vaccine to fight against the COVID-19. But back to Genesis. Genesis is the first book of the Bible and the first book in the Old Testament and one of the main law books of Moses. Um, um, so we have the first law books of Moses are the four law books book in the Bible. And mostly this is talk about Israelites and their turn of becoming the leading people of God chosen people. Um, so we're also going to talk about the Israelites, their upbringing of becoming the chosen nation of God, the chosen people, in the Afro-Galactic Inc. Um, we're going to talk about different kings and queens um, of Israel, and we mostly know the major kings of Israel, King David and King Solomon, along with King Saul, and we know their life story in the Bible, many others. So, but mostly at the beginning of at the beginning of the world, life wasn't born, it wasn't here. So God created everything that we know and love. And mostly right now, I want everybody to give thanks to God. And give thanks to God for everything He created. And He created us, and without us, what will the world be like without us in it? I bet that the world will be overpopulated with all the animals that we know. And so give thanks to Him for our being here, for us living life. Um, So I'm gonna keep on going right now because this is my first um second live stream here, but one of the major live stream that I would do. The next live stream will be this coming Friday maybe. I might still do it. I might discuss um the game plan of the Afro-Galactic Inc. Um, um, and I think right now I'm probably explain what the Afro-Galactic Inc. will do. Um, the Afro-Galactic Inc. Um, like I say, I'd rather say yo down the webcam. The Afro-Galactic Inc. will be a historical channel will bring you historical facts about African nations and tribes and culture and traditions of those different tribes and much more, along with the history of African Americans here in the United States of America, um, and Native Americans and many other um, historical facts about other nations that influence um, the African continent and African Americans alike, and bring you historical facts about men and women who gave their time to create a nation like the United States. Um, and we know many great men and women who went down in history who set the foundation in which we stand on today, like Dr. King, Malcolm X, Harriet Tubman, Booker T. Washington, um, President Barack Obama, Michelle Obama, and many others who made history, who fought and died for the well-being of African Americans, men and women who fought against slavery in Africa and here in the United States and Europe as well. Um, the Afro-Galactic Inc. will bring you historical facts, not just historical facts, but current news, what's going on in the United States, and and probably one day bring you behind the scenes of the Afro-Galactic. Um, and one day the Afro-Galactic will not just be a YouTube channel, it will a 1% legit business here in the city of Freeport, Louisiana. That's after I go back to school and study really hard about how to run my own business, run the Afro-Galactic Inc. as a business. Um, this is the first step for myself. It was motivating myself to create the Afro-Galactic Inc. into a powerhouse, into something where my people can come to and learn about who they are as people, the culture and traditions. The Afro-Galactic Inc. or the Afro-Galactic Foundation will be an outreach program here in the city of Freeport, a educational center for children, for families, and predominantly black neighborhoods. Anybody can join the Afro-Galactic Inc., but it's going to target Afro-American families, young boys and girls. Um, um, like gonna have 4 stages. Gonna target at risk children, male and female, young boys and girls. Um, the Afro-Galactic Outreach Program um, gonna work um, with the juvenile court system and the school system. Gonna have after-school programs and much more. Gonna have um, events to help finance the outreach program. Um, like one event that is called "My Daughter is a Princess." It's a father and daughter dance. Um, I haven't set the month we're gonna be in yet. Also, it's called "My Son is a Prince," somewhat similar to "My Daughter is a Princess." Daughter, a son, and mother dance. Um, gonna be annually. Both dances gonna be annually every year. And in other words, gonna be other events that also gonna be annually. An event around Black History Month, an event around Juneteenth. Um, I already got so many ideas planned or already written down. In other words, I already got a business plan already created. The only area that I haven't finished or haven't got to yet is the finance, the marketing part. So that's why I said I'm going to go back to college, hopefully really soon, to start up my education about business administration. I want to really get a grasp about how to set up outstanding business. The Afro-Galactic Inc. will be something grand. I really want to work with the juvenile court system to get our kids away from the criminal aspect of life, to put them back on the path of success, the path where God wants them to be. God never wanted us to be corrupted. Never. And we're going to read about that later on in the Bible study in the next chapter in Genesis. And so I really love kids and want to help them and their family out to get them on the right path of success. And also classes will be held within the Afro-Galactic Inc. The Afro-Galactic Education Center. And one or two classes I hope that will be famous will be the foreign language course classes. And like I said, this will be a um, historical genre, and I'm a historical buff too. So when the kids is learning a foreign language, they will also learn the history, the culture, and traditions of the language of the people they are learning. And like I said, this will be aimed for um, the history of the tribes of Africa, and I mean the Afro-Galactic Inc would go deep in the history of African Americans, of the different tribes of Africa, and so I hope that y'all like every video that I will post, every study that we hit, every tribe that we hit, every person that we go over in the Afro-Galactic Inc. And I will talk with a few people that I know who also spoke above, um, who work in the school system, both on the high school and college level. Um, Also, I will get talk to a few people in the spiritual world who can also break things down for you, and for myself, knowing that I'm still young at this at being a historian. I want to be a historian as well, so I'm gonna do a double major. Whenever I go back to school, um, history was my strongest subject back in high school. Um, and the high school that I attended here in Freeport was Washington High School. And Booker T. Washington High School is a historical institution here in the city of Freeport. And we will also talk about historical sites, historical institutions as well. Booker T. Washington is one of those historical institutions that will be talked about on YouTube. And I will we'll get together with the Alumni Foundation of Booker T, who are my classmates, and we will talk about the everyday life that we went through at Booker T, and the everyday life of the alumni before us. So I'm working on to build the Afro-Galactic into something great. Um, so um, so one day, the Afro-Galactic Inc will truly be something amazing. Uh, Both here on YouTube and in the community. So not just the community of the YouTube channel, but also in the city of Freeport and throughout the country. So I'm gonna give you more days, months, and years go by. I will continue to give you more information about what the Galactic Foundation, the Afro-Galactic Outreach Center will be. And I got more classes, events, programs, so much things that the Afro-Galactic Inc. would do. And um, hopefully one day that I can connect with somebody who create automated cartoons, and where we can work together and create um, cartoons about historical figures. And in other words, I'm just giving y'all ideas that Africa like to think in the near future when we get that far. So right now it's a one man team, but I will work on getting both guys and ladies to work with me to create the Africa Galactic amazing. So I wish her well, wish her the best, and be safe out here during this time. Wear your mask, wash your hands when you're at work, out grocery shopping, whatever. Continue to take up on your family, friends by calling, texting, Facebook, or whatever, Instagram, and you can follow my personal page for now as Richard Daniel Haley on Facebook, and my Instagram page at R Haley. Um, I would create a Instagram page and Facebook page for the Afro-Galactic Inc. down the line, and I'm working hard to create a website for it. We're gonna be a while for that. And, so see y'all this coming Friday at 10:30 a.m. and hopefully I can be online at the correct time. See ya.